Digital photography made simple.
Hey, welcome to this segment of Digital 1-to-1. Today we're going to talk about shutter speeds part 2. Now if you haven't seen part 1, we highly recommend you do so before checking this one out. Because today we're going to teach you how to be more creative with your shutter speed, because we're going to be using the flash at the same time. How do we get more creative? This is what happens. When we keep our cameras set to auto and we have our flash automatically go off, we're going to freeze everything. But we want to be more creative. We want to show the feeling of someone dancing or something that's moving in our shot. And how are we going to freeze that feeling so we pay more attention to the person in the shot and yet still have the movement? So what we do is we put our flash on, because our flash is going to freeze the subject. Now we have two samples to show you of our friends dancing. Now I want you to pay attention to the first shot. There's no flash, and I want you to see how there's movement because we have a long shutter speed. And like in our first video of shutter speeds in our examples, you've seen that a long shutter speed almost blurs the complete image. But in our second sample, we have the flash on. And what that's going to do is freeze our motion. Just take a look here and you're going to see exactly how we mean. Now we'd like you to understand, in order to be more creative with your shutter speeds, you're going to need a camera that allows you to change your shutter speeds. Now most point and shoots today are not going to let you do that, but some of the higher end ones will let you be creative with your shutter speeds. Now here at Digital 1-to-1, we'd like you to get the most out of asking the right questions to your dealers. So like many other aspects we teach here on Digital 1-to-1, like how to use your aperture and how to change your ISO and shutter speeds, you're going to want to look for a camera that lets you be more creative. So have those questions ready for your dealers and be able to ask the right ones. Now, if you already have a camera that allows you to change your shutter speeds and other settings, here's a little lesson for you. Start indoors using your house lights. Find the correct exposure and have a friend in the shot moving at the same time. And find that movement shot similar to the sample we showed you earlier. Next thing I want you to do is use your flash and put your flash on. Now if your flash has settings of low, normal, or high, we suggest using the low setting first. And set your camera shutter speed to 1/60th or 1/30th to start out with. But remember, do the one first without the flash and see how that exposure looks. And then go and put your flash on. Now if you see that your flash is a little too powerful on your subject, you can diffuse it and refer to our segment called Flash Diffuser, and it'll show you how to make your flash less powerful while using it during that long shutter exposure. Now we want you to experiment with this. Take it to different lighting situations. Have more control of your creativity with this. The cool thing about this technique is if you're taking pictures at a party, you don't always have to tell people to stand still and be ready for a shot. You can move throughout the party and take pictures at the same time, because it's going to make it a little bit more candid and your images are going to have a lot more life to them. So here at Digital 1-to-1, be a smart photographer, be creative. We're going to leave you with a couple of samples using this technique, and we look forward to seeing you next time here on Digital 1-to-1.